What's going on, y'all? And welcome to another episode of Dominique the podcast. Thank y'all for joining us last week. We had a great time and we're going to jump right in. I got some very, very funny guests. Good friend of mine, straight out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Funny brother. Y'all give it up for Jay Bliss. What up, Jay?
What's going on, Dominique? How you feeling?
I feel good. I can't complain.
I can't hear Dominique.
You can't hear me, Bo? Well, you can't hear me. You hear me now? You hear me, Bo? We got a little technical difficulty going with the stream. You can't hear us, Bo?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't hear her.
You can hear me. You can't hear me. Here we come, y'all. We gonna get it worked out.
Hey, Bo, log out, close out Chrome, and then start it back up, and then start the link up again.
Okay.
All right, so we had some technical difficulty, but right now it's me and Jay, and we're gonna keep this party started until both shows back up. So how you doing, Jay? How's this comedy thing been going? You've been back to work. I don't know if people necessarily understand and realize what it's like to be a stand-up comic. I mean, coronavirus came in and we was like unemployed for real. I mean, hey, Jay, I didn't even want my manager when I saw his number. I was like, I don't want to talk to him because no, he don't have good news right now.
Yeah,
I never lost that many shows at one time.
Yeah, I think I got two phone calls. I got 2 phone calls in 2 days, and each phone call lasted 3 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
And I lost like $7,000.
Oh my goodness!
I was like, yo, I'm broke. Like I was like, I don't even know. And then I'm calling the ex-wife, like, yo, I don't got it. She was like, what you mean you ain't got it? It's like the list of 11th. You got the whole rest of the month. I was like, no, I don't. You know,
So did you go back on stage? Did you go back on stage yet?
I did. I went back on stage. I had a couple shows at the beginning, at the end of May, at the beginning of June. Mm-hmm. And you know, I was up there, you know, with that long stretch. That's the longest stretch I have been off stage since I started doing comedy. And I felt weird because I felt like I was going to forget my material. But once I got like that first show out of the way, everything started coming back. I started getting my rhythm, but I was uncomfortable. I was standing up on stage because I'm looking at the audience. They laughing, they having a good time. And I'm like, they don't care nothing about me or my health. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I got skittish. So I just I shut it down. So all the phone calls I got, even after I did those 2 shows, I just was like, I'm gonna shut it down until they get this thing figured out.
Yeah, I understand that. What about you, Bob? I don't know. My last guest, y'all couldn't hear him. I don't know if I gave him the proper introduction. Funny guy, straight out of Norfolk, Virginia. Y'all give it up for Bo, last name Dacious in the house. Yeah. Hey, Bo.
Hey, good to be with you again.
Thank you, Bo. I appreciate y'all.
I just did a cookout last weekend.
How was that?
I mean, it was different, you know, but you know, I guess I've come full circle because I started out doing stuff like that. So, you know, it was like a birthday party out in the sticks. It's like in off 58, like then 95, way out there, no signal, all black folks. They out there dancing in the grass, mosquitoes tearing me up, you know, but I did my thing. Like I was out there killing them, but I got to do a lot of crowd work too because they were just so country and they were just enjoying it. So I did, you know, my material definitely wasn't, because the first layoff I did 13 weeks, and then I went back to work for a week and a half, and now this is week 12 again. You know, like so I've gone 25 weeks without touching a mic. You know, just a few times in between. So I expected to be rusty, but you know, it comes back to you. It says like riding a bike, but I ain't been on a bike in 25 years either. So
right. I haven't been up yet either. I guess you could say I'm kind of like you, Jay. I'm kind of skittish, I'm supposed to go back to work next month, so we'll see how that goes. In September, I'll see how I feel about it. But I'm definitely concerned about the rust. Hands down. I'm like,
It'll come back.
I kind of consider myself one of the upper echelon in the business. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm poop butt level at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just slid
definitely
all the
felt
way
that way.
because I can't remember. You know, I got so many things I want to say,
Right.
but I don't even remember the things I used to say. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even remember my jokes. I'm like, God, I'm gonna have to go up there and just talk. It's weird because I've been doing this almost 30 years and I have never in my life been shut down. Like I ain't been on stage since March. It's August.
So
I mean, not even to a workout room, like just like nothing.
Yeah. And you're a different spot than we are because we at least got to go on stage. We actually went on stage. And so your stretch is even longer than ours was. And when I tell you, it's hard to remember. Like I couldn't even remember how I started my sets.
Yeah.
I just got on stage and was like, how y'all doing? Like I felt like an open micer. I was like,
see, the thing is, I went back and looked at some of my old clips.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, and the DVD that I was selling before the pandemic, like I put that in one day, and I saw exactly how I set up a lot of stuff. So it all comes back to you. And you know, the first time I went on stage, I did a lot of stuff about that I've written throughout this process that we're going through, and they were hitting so hard that it just kind of like worked my way into my old stuff, and it just by show number 3, show number 4, I was killing. So it'll come back. But
come back. Okay.
I'm definitely not gonna say it's coming back the first show.
I can almost see that. I ain't took a L in a long time. I say, but sometimes you got to deal with the condition. You know what I'm saying? Go up there, take that L, and let them know. But you better be glad COVID came down.
Right.
You understand? COVID is what did this. But we blessed and we maintaining. Y'all looking good. Still in your cribs and stuff.
Jama King.
I know that's it. Look, that's all.
I was wondering why I was stockpiling all this junk.
Yeah,
I got about 10 sets of pajamas, 5 rows. Like, man, why you got so much? Now I know why. I got it exactly for this.
I'm actually in a homeless shelter. This ain't even my house. I only got stuff in the back. I'm just in your place. That's why I started laughing. I was like, I ain't even living nowhere no more.
You done made it home.
Yeah, I went to a homeless shelter, man. There's some dudes looking at me right now. I'm like, they get the corner in a minute. I just had to take these pictures down.
You just got the pictures up. But we making it through it. We blessed through it all. I know one thing. Everybody gonna have to get a new couch. Because them couches have seen they better day. The couch is funky as hell right about
my furniture beige. So I done put a black ass print right where I sat at the whole 6 months.
Right.
Hey, bro, my couch said you ain't going back to work. Would you retired or something? Man. If you retired, you need to start fresh with a new joint. I can't take no more.
I got a dirt print of my body right where I sit at.
You in the furniture business, you gonna come up soon as they let this thing up. Cause guess what? Yeah. These couches, they got to go ahead.
Right. I mean, one thing though that did come about is you realize how much money you spend on the road.
Yeah, you do.
Like, you save a lot of money. Like I was like, yo, I'm saving hella money. Like I'm not spending nothing. You know what I mean? But then I start realizing how much money I'm throwing away as I'm on the road. You know what I mean?
But that's good because that let us know we don't need much as we think we need.
We don't.
Exactly.
It took us all the way back. You don't really need nothing. No. What you need for real? You got something to eat. You got somewhere to sleep. You got your little TV, and you good. You just out here spending just cause.
This is where you reevaluate everything.
If you ain't know how to manage your money now you got it now. Yeah.
I feel bad for the bartenders too when this stuff open back up. Woo. People been at home making their own drinks. Yeah, they're gonna be like, get to the bar. They're gonna be like, yo, man, fill my drink up, man. They're gonna be like,
dude, I've been making this since March. This ain't how it go,
man. I built up a tolerance for Hennessy, man. Stop playing.
But it's a good thing, and we been hung in there, and everybody done been able, I guess, to get some little unemployment, little assistance or whatever. And I'm just glad most of the people I talk to in this business, they doing all right. They hanging in there. You know, a change gonna come. You know, I know, and it's rough. It's rough for everybody though. This thing didn't miss anybody. This COVID, it touched everybody. It touched, and I mean, I know, like, even though people can't get put out during this season, the landlord's going through. I read something with a landlord, he killed his tenants. I said, you going too damn far now. I said, you know what I'm saying? I know they ain't got the money, but you done went from a landlord to a tenant. You going to jail. It ain't that serious. You going to Folsom State Prison. I said, no, you can't do that.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Yeah, he said he gonna get him out of there. You can't
that was built up frustration. He had problem with them before this happened.
But listen, he chopped them up too. So I think he been a killer.
Yeah.
You don't just, it's one thing to kill somebody, but then you go in there and you chop them up, put them in a suitcase. You've been on some A&E type, HLN type.
That was his first time.
No, he been did this. They need to search the oceans and the beaches. And some kids on TikTok found him.
Wow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, some kids on TikTok found him.
Yeah,
TikTok. They would have banned TikTok.
Yeah, I know some landlords, and I think one of the problems the landlords having that people got realized you can't be out here not paying your rent and on Facebook kicking it, living your best life on vacation.
Yeah.
That's why can't nobody get the extra 600 now. Been all up there with the 600, all in the CERN, all out kicking it. I'm in Vegas. I'm doing this. The landlord say I can't get nothing.
They don't know it's principles involved with this.
They don't get that, Bo. It's principle.
You got to act according to what you're going through.
You do.
I had a ratchet baby mama, so anytime she was around, I was never doing good. She'd be like, "How you doing?" I'd be like, "Man, I broke my ankle in 6 places. I ain't never had on my good clothes." You gotta learn. You gotta adapt.
You do, bro.
I ain't never been doing good around that woman.
No, how you not gonna be paying your rent? You understand? You ain't paying your rent, and every time this man see you walking past him, talking about, whoa, don't step on my shoes. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You absolutely right, bro. It's principles to this thing. You can't do that. If you able to pay your rent, thank God you can pay and pay your rent. Because the landlords, they stress. This man, he done shot them.
Well, that man got bills too. You know what I'm saying?
That man got bills too.
You know, you not paying him. He's using the money you paying him to pay something else. And his life's about to get cut off. Yours ain't, because you got money and he don't. And you. So I can see where the anger come from. You know what I mean? But you know, it's like a conversation got to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like soon as I said, as soon as I got that phone call, that money was missing. The first person I called was the person that could cause me the most problems. Yeah, my ex-wife. I said, listen, let's talk.
I'm unemployed.
I know.
I'm gonna try to work it out, but come on now.
Let me tell you what I can give you.
What's dope for me is my saving grace was my child support ended in May.
Oh, bro, that was good.
Man, look, won't he do it? Because
he'll do it.
I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna keep paying child support there, but it came to an end. Like my twins, I was paying for twins.
Bliss J got twins too.
Yeah.
Their birthday was in January, but I had to pay until they graduated from high school. So
okay.
I had to pay until May. So once I saw that virtual graduation.
When their birthday, bro?
January 15th.
I'm the 4th. Them some good kids too. Jay little daughter, some good kids.
Yeah, so you listen, man. So that how that work? So until graduation?
It depends on what state you in.
Oh, okay.
Now some states if they go to college, you got to pay until they go to college.
I don't think North Carolina is that way, but
you better hope it ain't.
Well, I'm tied in. I'm tied in for life. It might not be child support, but I'm gonna have to take some money out. I got girls, so they're gonna be in my pockets for life, bro.
Like, but look, we got real serious talk about that child support. Both Jay said, "Wait, what state was that in, Bo?" Had to wait till the birthday. What state? What state was that?
Yeah, man. Listen, that stuff ain't no joke. I mean,
once they graduated, I was like, goodbye. I don't have no obligation.
Right.
I don't have to have that money come out my money every single 2 weeks no more ever again. So
that did work out in your favor though. That really did.
When it happened in March, I was like, man, I got 2 more months. I just gotta hang on.
Yeah, hang on.
So that cut my bills down. A lot of them credit cards, I'm just like, y'all know y'all ain't getting paid right.
I mean, credit card companies shouldn't even want their money. You didn't got enough. Chill out. Fall back.
Yeah, a lot of them work with me, but they starting to slowly come back now.
Yeah, just like the gas prices starting to drift back up. Yeah. Gas was about $1.50 when it first happened. Every day I ride past the gas station, I say, here they come.
Well, I'm wondering, like, because people traveling like it's normal. Like, did you see the fight that broke out on the airplane from Vegas? Where the people got to fighting because somebody didn't have a mask on.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at the footage and I'm going, why is that plane so packed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like somebody had put on one of the articles, like they loosened the rules. Like you can have somebody sitting right next to you now.
Well, it's a couple of airlines that are gonna. I think Southwest, they're gonna keep the middle seat open.
I think Delta too.
October. Yeah, there's a few of them.
I think Delta gonna do the same thing.
Not American. I think American Airlines like, yo.
American don't care.
It's America. They want all of America up there.
Yeah, they don't care about none of that. You ain't even got the. I stopped flying them long time ago. You sitting at the gate. They talking about ain't no your flight canceled. I'm like, for what? Bad weather way, because the sun's shining the way I'm looking. Ain't no bad weather. They did that to me 2 times, and I was like, you know what? I can't go through this with y'all. I got to go where I'm going.
That's gonna start costing me money. No, y'all.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
As much as we in the airports, we all got stories when it comes to that. But no, American Airlines is like one of the biggest complaint airlines that there is. You know what I mean? Like they'll cancel a flight going into Charlotte and they go bad weather, and I'm like, yeah, but all the other airlines is flying there right now. But why y'all cancel the flight?
You sitting in the terminal. You sitting in the terminal in Delta talking about flight 2189 to Charlotte is in the final boarding process. You're like, but they going, so it's snowing on your airline, but they can make it. Come on,
Delta's probably the only one I've never had no issue with.
Yeah, right.
But you got to pay for Delta. Delta ain't cheap.
But that's all I fly is Delta.
Oh yeah,
y'all
I ain't never had an issue.
I always fly that. I don't. That's all because I got elite status. So at least when you got elite status, if I'm running late or if I'm held up, they gonna get me the way I'm going. Right. So I always fly. I try to stick with Delta.
Elite status mean you get your bags.
Yeah, that means you get your bags.
You always get your bags.
Yeah, early board and all that old kind of good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So y'all been looking at the sports though. What y'all been thinking about the basketball and the stuff? Y'all been checking that out?
That's been keeping me sane.
Yeah.
Y'all happy it's back, huh?
I mean, but it's strange watching the game at 1 o'clock though.
Yeah.
I mean, the game's coming on like the soap operas. I can't understand. It look like I'm about to tune. I need a bacon sandwich. I'm getting ready to turn into Young and the Restless. Search for tomorrow. Days of our lives.
The crazy thing is if they realize that the audiences might remain the same, it might be something that they continue to do when they had them games on at them crazy times. But I'm a Sixers fan, so I'm kind of ticked off because my season it started and ended just as quick as it started over again. So
y'all got
it's horrible, man.
Y'all got too many. Y'all got too many. Y'all got soft superstars. Soft
superstars just don't get along, man.
They don't get along, and they ain't in shape. What's his name? Joel Embiid. I mean, he ain't in shape. He get the run. He stay out there a good 20 minutes. He be like, I need to sit down.
They say the same thing about that young boy. What's his name? The boy played for the Pelicans. Zion.
Oh, he's about Zion.
Yeah, it's like, man, need to lose weight. He's 19. He's 19 and he lives in New Orleans. Come on, man. You can't lose weight in New Orleans as a 19-year-old kid. It ain't nothing but good food to eat.
That's all it is.
But if you out of shape at 19, by the time you hit 30, you're gonna be ready. You're gonna be in bad shape. You're gonna be Zach Randolph out there.
It's hard to tell a 19-year-old kid that got all this good food to eat. Man, I didn't get in shape at 19. I still ain't in shape, but I know damn well I would have did it.
But 19. The way they looking at it, Bo, is they like, we paying you millions of dollars to be in shape. So you better eat your Ep.2 and all your bread and dip. You better do it in the off season and don't come around here.
Your heavy roux.
Yeah. Don't come around here all pudgy. You know what I'm saying? You all pudgy, all heavy. Every time you pull on jump, your ankle hurt.
He took a picture like 2 weeks before the season started, and he looked like he was ripped.
Right.
And then when you seen him again, he was Santa Claus. Like, but all it takes is 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's all
it takes is 2 weeks of not being active, and you'll be fat all over again.
Yeah. And that's what people, especially with these athletes, people don't realize it until they stop playing. All of them pretty much be fat after they stop playing.
Because you
look at Gary Payton.
Calories a game.
Yeah, Gary Payton, he's the skinniest player you ever seen. He eating fat right now. When I said, not the glove got a belly. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about it, though, they are really big men for real. So if they don't keep up their workout regimen, it ain't gonna happen. But I got
how many steps they get in a game? That's got to be
50,
60,000 steps.
God!
Imagine you just stop that and just start eating whatever you want. You're gonna gain weight.
He said not the glove. That man that turned into the mitten.
Yeah.
He ain't got no.
That dude just got whole joy like with a thumb on the outside.
I love myself some Gary Payton. Man, I saw the glove. I said, no, indeed, not the glove that got pudgy. A lot of them be pudgy.
Yeah.
Because they really big men, but the way they worked out, LeBron gonna get fat. You gonna see him?
I can see that. I can see that.
$1 million on his body every year.
But I think LeBron
playing. But after he finished playing,
LeBron gonna get fat, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because LeBron reminds me of a T.O. and a Shannon Sharp. Like he's more into the routine. He's more into the routine of his workout, and he takes care of his body. Right. So, like, I feel like he'll continue that process. But you can tell the cats that you can tell they ain't gonna continue that process. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew Charles Barkley was gonna get fat.
You know he was undercover fat when he was playing.
Right. You know Shaq was gonna get fat. Like cats is gonna get fat.
But it's hard to get fat when you burning that many calories in a day.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right.
Once you stop, it's on.
Oh my goodness. Who y'all think gonna win it all, though? You know, who you think gonna do it?
You know the way they playing right now.
I think the Lakers gonna win it.
I don't.
I think they are.
I don't.
That defense they showing, man. They showing up now.
Yeah, but the way the Mavs is playing right now, man.
No, they not gonna beat the Lakers though. They good, Jay. They good. They good. I say that. They not gonna beat. I don't think they're gonna beat the Lakers.
A year or two away. I think the Mavs.
Yeah. But they're a great team, but I don't know if they can mentally do it though, Jay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they can do a whole series, if they can hold up mentally. You know, they're a real young ball club. And then when you coming up against a ball club that's led by LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? When you got all them vets and all this championship pedigree, it's gonna be hard. Now it's gonna be hard to beat them. Now the people that I am worried about with the Lakers, you know, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm worried about the Clippers.
Yeah.
That's who worried me as it pertains to the Lakers. They got a lot of horses, and they got a Detroit Pistons style of play.
They do.
So that bothers me when it comes, like my team, you know, the Lakers, we get down, we do our thing, but when it comes to that physicality, that's a whole kind of different basketball, and you gotta be ready to. You can't keep looking at the ref when somebody's straight up, you know,
bodying you.
You know, they got them Patrick Beverleys, them Lou Williams. I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat a team that got a 6-man that stop at the strip club to get wings and Magic City games.
What's that called? Lemon Pepper Lou.
Listen,
Sweet Lou.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
That man made an executive decision, man. That dude's like, listen,
But
I need to get
listen,
some wings though.
in his defense, I was with a friend of mine in Atlanta, rest in peace, Scope Bubble.
Oh,
And I said, we was hanging out one night, and I said, Scope Bubble, I want some wings. He said, I'm going to tell you, we're going to get some wings. They got the best wings in the city, Magic City. Now, hands down, I see why he stopped.
I've
now.
had them, yeah.
They fire. Have you had them, Jay?
Oh my
God. I had them. Yeah. Everybody listen. If you talking about dudes, like every dude in middle Atlanta has been to Magic City. Yeah, we had the wings here.
Oh yeah. So I see why he stopped. But if a player do that in the middle of living in the bubble during the pandemic, it's gonna be hard to beat them. So I just hope we,
And Lemon Pepper Lou is an older cat. He know better than that.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. Like that whole bubble
from a 19-year-old, but he 30. So come on, man.
But he said he was coming from a funeral. He was feeling down. He needed a little comfort food,
Right.
Comfort food. That's what he
went. Yeah, he needed a little comfort food.
That's real comfort food. Yeah.
That's real comfort food. A dance, he got a dance and some food,
2 weeks after that happened, then they made the announcement that they was going to allow family and friends to come to the bubble, right? So he was letting you know right then and there what the situation was. Them dudes was locked up like prison. They ain't getting no leg, they ain't getting no action. And
all
like
they can do is walk around Lake Buena Vista. It's got to be boring. And Disney food, come on, man.
Right, man. And they ain't got no side chick entrance. Come on. Dudes like
they done that enough. They'll make it. It ain't that. They'll make it.
I don't feel sorry for them. You making that kind of money, man. Look at all the stuff we done abstained from since March.
Since March.
Abstained for a couple weeks.
Since March.
So I want to talk about this other thing. I want to talk about Meg Thee Stallion. We touched on this last week, but this was before she had made the admission that Tory Lanez had actually shot her.
Mm-hmm.
So in her admission on her IG post, she basically said, "You shot me. You having your publicist and you having your people drag me through the mud. I saved you." She said, set up the whole scene. Said they got pulled over. She said there was an argument. He said it was 4 people. She said it was 4 people in the car. Him, her, the bodyguard, and the homegirl of hers. She was leaving. He opened fire on her, shoot her in both of her feet. When the police got there, she said she was scared. She said, I was not about to tell the police that 4 black people in the car had a gun. She said the way things are now with our community and the police, I felt like they gonna kill all us. I can understand how she felt that way. She said they locked them up. They went on about their business. They locked them up. They did that. She went to the hospital. She said she was scared in the hospital. She said even when she was in the hospital, she was scared. She said they was asking her, you got shot in the feet. She said she was in there counting like, no, I'm shot in the feet. Kind of trying to play it off, Well, time has passed and she has been totally, which I think is wrong, totally disrespected in that. People have dragged this young lady about being shot in her feet, made jokes of it, and she felt like a lot of it has to do with his publicists and his people putting blogs up. Now, what I don't understand is if you shoot somebody and you done shot this girl in both of her feet, why would you set out a campaign to destroy her name? Seem like to me you would be sending her flowers and gifts saying, I know it's over because I didn't shot you, but I appreciate you. Not telling them people that I shot you and I'm gonna move on for here. Why would you do the opposite? I don't understand that type of thing.
Because that's the society that we live in. Everything is just funny now. Like it don't matter what kind of tragedy it is. People just want to make memes and jokes, and they carrying it like it's some kind of comedy show or something. First of all, for that girl to just completely disregard that man shot her and not say nothing about it. That was her protecting him.
Absolutely.
Because she know, as a black woman, she know that they would have fired his ass up.
Yeah.
They would have shot all of them probably, or at least shot him. So she, even in the midst of her being shot by this dude, she still protected him.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you didn't come back and protect her afterwards lets me know that you are
weak dude.
Yeah, he really
that's pretty much what it is. You're a weak dude. Yeah, you're a weak dude. So well, we already know you're a weak dude because you commit violence against women, right? So
Right.
where's that energy? Where's the energy when the dude is approaching you, or the dude gets smart with you, or a guy is in your face or confronting you? And from what I understand from the story, she wasn't confronting him. She was just leaving the car. Like she
wanted to get out the car.
Wasn't following him, what he wanted her to do. So you fire off at her, shoot her in the feet, and she hold it down like a street dude, and she not even part of that life.
No,
she living by a code that she is not only supposed to live by. She ain't a street person. She's a performer. She's an entertainer.
She was supposed to tell it.
Right. But she, like she said, she protecting.
She should have told it. And
she should have.
The way he acted, the way he done played her like that.
Yeah.
Like first of all, dude, you from Canada. You ain't no gangster. So
at all,
because at all,
Bo, you telling all the Canada ain't no gangsters? Oh, that's
ain't no gangsters. Only thing gangster about Canada is the books cost more than ours. Like you remember you pick up a magazine, Jet magazine, it'd be like $1.50 here, $3. That's gangster.
That's gangster. They pay $1.75 on these Jet magazines.
And y'all call bacon. Y'all call ham Canadian bacon. That's gangster. Y'all a nickname ham. Come on, man. Ham. But she should have told it. And I commend her for not telling it. Because first of all, when a woman say, let me out the car, let her out the car.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can stop a whole lot of problems that way. Yeah. And secondly, if a woman say get out the car, I'm gonna let her out immediately because she getting on my nerves any damn way.
Right.
If we got to the point where she say, let me out of the car, that let me know we've been arguing anyway. So leave. Why you gonna keep her in the car? That's weak. That's some weak man stuff there, man. Like
it's crazy that people attacking her. I said, I don't even get what world we in. So you getting attacked for being shot, and I don't even know. I can't understand these young guys. It don't make.
Pay attention now. Pay attention. It's not him, but it's how society is.
That's exactly what it is.
These dudes is weak. They grow up in a weak environment. They are weak-minded. They carry guns because they don't know about shooting fair ones. They don't know about taking an L and getting up and wiping yourself off and being okay with taking an L. They got to win every single thing and they do. So they don't even take rejection well. Like a female telling them, let me out the car, they feelings is hurt. They emotional. And I'm like, yo, like I was told as a young age, as a young man, I was told the strongest thing you can do as a man is walk away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A woman to get in your face, she yelling at you, she slapping you in your face, walk away. It's the strongest move you can make. It's going to piss her off more than anything else you can do to her. Mm-hmm. That energy that you get back to her is what she's looking for. Don't give it.
You know why it's strong? Because it's even stronger. You got to be an even strong person to sit there and take darts from an angry black woman.
What?
You don't want to hear that. What? You don't want to hear that, Jack. Please get out the car because I don't want you making me cry and hurting my damn feelings. Get out the car.
Try to be on stage with 10 black women in the front row all heckling you.
Y'all not about to do us like that. But y'all not going to do us like that.
No, that's a gift. That's a gift.
Be like, man, I quit this game.
That is a gift.
we the realest ones on the planet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even like your shoes. You be like, I just bought these.
We do remember everything, Bo. Yeah, I understand what y'all saying. No, it's a whole week different society because I just don't even understand how you gonna sick your publicist and people on her. He don't even realize he wasn't even in jail. Right. You know, she did, and I agree with you, Bo. She should have told it at first. She really should have.
They got to deport him, and that's probably what they're gonna do. I mean,
yeah.
Here's the thing, though, Dominique. If she had told at that moment when the cops pulled them over, don't you feel like they would have blown it up more than what it was, and she probably would get out?
I'm sorry, I didn't necessarily mean right then.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saying she could have got her feet and stuff taken care of, and then said, "Okay, yeah, he did shoot."
I don't see no coverage. The only thing I see is memes. Like until the other day, until she came out and said something. I'm like, how is this not being covered? Like you got a dude that shot like one of the biggest rap stars out there. It's just when black rap stars get shot, it ain't a story unless they dead. I don't get it.
Well, here's the other thing. It's a woman too. A
Yeah.
black woman on top of that.
Yeah.
We don't protect black women like they protect us, man.
No.
And they have been doing it since the beginning of time. And right now these weak ass dudes will not step up to the plate.
Right.
They don't know how. You know, when you've been raised, like we had a different kind of advantage, in my opinion, especially as it pertains to parenting. You know, we didn't have all these gadgets. We didn't have all these distractions. We didn't have all these kinds of things. So our parents were really, really hands-on with us, and we had to talk at the dinner table. You go out to eat, the whole family on their phone. Ain't nobody saying nothing to nobody.
Yep.
You look over at the table, they not even communicating.
It creates distance.
Yes, we in a society where parents and the kids, they got the same activities. When I was growing up, I liked New Edition, but not my mother. Yeah. You know, my mother would listen to the Temptations or something like Al Green or somebody. You know what I mean?
My mama did too, and that's why.
Yeah, but not absolutely. So we're in a generation of two of parents being friends and parents feeling like not really understanding that, okay, yeah, you got to live your life, but this the choice you made right here. So this come first right here.
Yeah.
So when you go ahead, Bo.
On top of that, it's, you know, a lot of us in our generation, and I know we're all not that far apart. You know, it may be some years between us, but a lot of people in our generation were raised, you know, in homes where there weren't a father, and you know, some of us, my grandmother raised me, and basically raised me. So there was no father in the house, but that didn't stop me from being raised as a man because I was outside in the streets.
Yeah.
And it was man stuff going on out there. And you couldn't go out there with that stuff these boys doing now. Like, there's no way. Because the thing was being a man. It's none of that no more. Like, it's so much femininity in these guys, just the way they carry themselves, and you know, they're wearing blouses, and just it's too much femininity in these young boys that are coming up now, because they don't have, they're living these sheltered lives away from grown men. Like, there's no grown men showing them how grown men act. So so you know, society is going to suffer because of that.
Right.
And I don't understand why you need a gun and you got a bodyguard anyway. I said, what are you doing? Aren't you in there with the bodyguard?
What's the bodyguard's job?
What's it? What he there for?
He making
weak.
Memes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
bodyguard making memes and feeding him Canadian bacon.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you carrying a gun because you don't know how to defend yourself. Like, you don't even know how to get out of a situation where somebody is mean mugging you. You can recognize it and be able to move yourself away from the situation when you know you're not armed. Like it's the awareness. It's everything. All the things that we grew up with. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, you talking too much. You know, like some people don't know that rule when you go out places you don't know nobody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like moving silence. You don't understand what that means, but you got your gun, so now you can act any way you want.
It's no more keeping your business in the crib, man.
Yeah,
not at all. I mean, nobody grow.
Discretion
Go ahead, Bo.
doesn't exist. Discretion no longer exists.
No, it doesn't.
And shame are two things that need to exist that no longer exist.
Yeah.
People don't have shame. They do the most shameful things and just look at you like, what? You know what I mean? Like, there's no shame.
Well, on the back end of that, Bo, there's nobody holding them accountable for it either.
And
so we not
there's gasoline, man.
Right. So back in the day, you do something that was out of pocket, everybody gonna clown you about it, and then we're gonna be like, we're gonna talk about you for years because of it. And then that would check people from doing stupid stuff or saying stupid stuff.
Yeah. And then we had communities too, you know. So see, when you don't have a community, it's hard to check things too. Yeah. You know, if your parent didn't see it, that's okay. I did something. My brother stole a book bag. I'm riding home on the bus with my brother. I don't know what the hell got into him. He stood up. You know, he was in his superhero days. By the power of Grayskull and all that. He stood up, threw his book bag just across the front of the bus. I was like, what are you doing? Like across strangers. Well, my mother knew it. She knew it. We didn't go home and tell it. But somebody on that bus, they ain't never say nothing to us.
Yeah,
We get home, she in there cooking, talking about y'all throwing book bags. I said, wait a minute, ain't no y'all. I ain't throw nothing. Y'all throwing no, ma'am. We just when these ass whoopings get put, let me get the story together.
That's my favorite thing. Who the hell is y'all?
Yeah, y'all. No, y'all ain't throw nothing. This young man, your son, got the power of grace all up in him and threw the book bag all the way from the back of the bus, across people's heads to the front. I don't know what happened with that.
Well, black folks good for that. Let me tell you what your son did.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what your daughter. We don't want no affiliation. We don't want no affiliation with you. We done something ratchet.
Well, what was the favorite line? What was the favorite line that your mom used all the time? When you walk about this house, don't you be acting all crazy and not speaking to people, act like you ain't got no sense, because they ain't talking about you. They talking about me. And I'd be like, Mom, stop being so narcissistic.
It's true. But we don't even have that society. We came from a generation where our parents felt like it's okay if I don't look good and I'm raggedy, but they look good. You feel what I'm saying? My kids, they straight. I might don't have this or that, but they look good and they out here presenting. But we just in a whole, like you said, we in a whole different generation, and the parents want to live their best life, and the kids growing up off of the internet wanting to be what they see. They don't even go outside and play. Who won't go outside and play? Why is a 10-year-old sitting in the house on the couch? We don't have no communities. We gotta have community. Sitting on, I couldn't even eat my food for trying to get outside to play.
Right.
I'd be so sick. My food would be right here at the top of my chest. I ate so fast trying to beat the street lights. And I get out there, they be like, you ready? I'd be like, oh no, my stomach hurts. Because I just sucked my food down trying to get out. They don't go outside to play. 10-year-olds on the couch don't want to do nothing.
I've been on this cul-de-sac for 3 years, and I don't know none of these folks. So it ain't no community. All my neighbors, all they know is they see me put a suitcase in the car, and leaving and coming back. And I don't even wave. Because I don't want to get to know these folks. And now they see me out there. They see me out there and walking up. How you doing? Just because I'm home don't mean I want to talk to you. I still don't want to get to know you.
Yeah.
See, I'm different though, because I talk to everybody, especially in the grocery store and stuff. I be calling them by their names like I work there. I build my own little community. I'll go into Whole Foods, and I was on the phone with my brother, and I was talking. He said, "Where you at?" I said, "Whole Foods," and he just started laughing. He said, "You calling them people name like you over somebody else?" I said, "You got to, in case your money run out. I know I'm good for a bag of groceries. Meet me out back, Eddie. You know what I mean? meet me out back." So I talk to my people the Whole Foods just in case things get rough. I know I'm good for a bag of groceries. I'll bring you the money next week.
Yeah. I'm laughing at the social interactions that we have now with people wearing masks and everything. And then just the emotion you see in people's eyes. Mm-hmm. Like I was walking in the store earlier today and I had my mask on and I was walking to the front door of the store. The lady was walking in the same time. She ain't had no mask on. I just stared at her. She's like, "Oh, I forgot my mask." I was like, "You better pay attention."
You can see the judgment in my eyes.
You can see the judgment. I was looking dead at her like, "Where you think you going? Like, you about to walk up in here?" You know what I mean? Like,
that's real talk. Because I just stopped dead in the store and I'd be like, is that 6 feet? That don't look like 6. You on my shoulder. Is this 6 feet? Oh, nothing. Move over. You too close to me.
I've been doing a lot of that. When I see somebody standing too close and I look down at them stickers on the floor and look up at them.
Yeah.
You don't see that sticker
right
there?
See that sticker, yeah. And listen, and here's the thing. I judge people. I'm sorry, I do. I just judge people. But when I see somebody in the store without a mask on, number one, I know they about to get kicked out. But I seen a dude in the aisle on the phone, on the speaker phone without a mask on. And I'm like,
spraying germs in there.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I should kick you in the back of your head. Like, what are you doing?
What about you? Go ahead, Jay.
No, go ahead.
What about the people that sneeze and pull the mask out? Well, what's the purpose of the mask if you gonna go like that and sneeze?
If I'm gonna go
What
out,
you
you going
doing?
out with me. That's what
No.
that's what that is.
Yeah. It's just
And I saw these clear masks for sale, like so it's a mask, but you can see people's mouth. And I'm like, as many folks I done cussed out, mouthing the cuss words under my mask. I don't need no clear mask because I cuss people out every time I'm out. I don't need no clear mask so you can see me cussing you out.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Right.
So it's our society is very different. I mean, it's so different. You really, really like it ain't like we old, but we grown, and it's like it seems like it's so different now. It seems like we 50 years older than this generation, and we really not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just how we came up. It's just the different, like you said, going outside, all the other stuff that's going on. I feel like I'm doing a good job parenting mine because I did have them at a later age.
That's
like I feel
good.
like I would have been more of an irresponsible parent if I'd have had my children at a younger age. But I'm making sure they getting all of those things they're supposed to get. Like my kids like going outside. My kids
That's good.
know how to act out in public and stuff like that. But then when they see somebody acting out crazy in public, they always looking at me like, why they like that? Because their parents ain't teach them nothing. That's why. You know what I mean? Like,
And I don't think parents, these kids, they don't get whoopings like we used to, huh?
Oh no.
Nah.
No, I ain't think so. I was just wondering. I just had to ask the question. I didn't really. Like my mother say, quit playing or I'm gonna knock the stew beans up out of you. The stew beans, Mom. Not the stew beans.
There has to be a line that you will not cross for fear of ramification.
Has to be.
When you're a child, there has to be a line that you will not cross because you know you're gonna get your ass whipped.
Yeah, gotta be.
And when that line doesn't exist, as they get older, they step across that line more and more and more, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah,
a bunch of what Charlie Murphy called them, a bunch of habitual line steppers.
Line steppers.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that fear factor is not there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then like kids kind of know they got a leg to stand on when it comes to child abuse and all that stuff, but they had the same stuff when we was growing up. Like, I'm gonna call this or I'm gonna call this number. I'm gonna call that. My mom used to be like, "Go right ahead, call them right ahead. Here's the phone, call them."
But we looked at things. We had, I think, another thing that's missing too, in a lot of these kids, like they put a lot of common sense in us. Like even if I never even thought to say I'm gonna call the people to my mother, because the first thing I thought was, well, what we gonna do? That's what I was saying. Call it, take her out. We gonna be short. All right. I just have to wait till she die. You know what I'm saying? I can't call on her like
common sense is a superpower now.
Yeah, you gotta have common sense. You gotta
when I see somebody with common sense, it's like I almost shed a tear, man.
You gotta have common sense.
Rare to see it. My grandmother, bless her heart, made it through her whole life and didn't get past the 6th grade.
Yeah,
that woman had more common sense than I ever seen in any other person that I ever in life, and it got her through life, just knowing what and what not to do.
Right.
You know how to apply yourself to certain things and treating people with respect and all the things that people should know. She knew it. You know, so and that's one thing. You know, my kids used to ask me about school and all that, and I'm one of those people. You know. School wasn't for me. I always say school isn't for everybody, but I never wanted to tell my kids that because I'm just like, y'all gonna go to school. You know what I mean? Right. I knew that I didn't need school because I had a bunch of common ass sense. And I knew that what I was going to choose to do in my life was not going to require me to know algebra or anything else like that. Like I book smarts was not going to be the deciding factor in me moving forward and being successful. I knew that right away in 8th, 9th grade.
Right.
But, I looked at my kids. I was like, you little bastards ain't talented. Y'all going to school. Y'all can't, none of y'all got no sense of humor. You can't sing, you can't tell no jokes. Y'all just awkward as hell. You going to school.
Yeah.
I think I think what motivated me not to go to college was my grandfather had a trucking business. So like the grandsons were during the summertime, sometimes the grandsons would have to go down to the yard and work with the trucks and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to do this, man. And it was like my mom was like, you better get your ass in school then. I was like, all right, well that's
I had a lot of conversations, probably a lot for my age. I feel like you, Bo, and I tried to go to school.
It just
I
wasn't
had
for me.
Yeah, I had ADD for real.
Mhm.
And you know, back then they wasn't putting us on Ritalin. You
Right,
know,
right.
they wasn't no get them a pill. No, you gonna sit down and act like you sit down. You know, it wasn't none of that. So
Right.
I just couldn't concentrate on. I think I was too silly. But what I did have was a lot of common sense, and I was like, but I'm gonna be all right. I know how to make it now.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I know how to do.
I had ADD too, but when I saw the bill my mom had to pay for that college tuition, I was like, yo, let me stop playing, yo. I was like, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to be thrown away. So that's when I got myself together right after I saw that bill.
My problem with school was, you know, I was a straight A student for so long, it made school boring. So my problem was I would complete my assignments and I just start messing with everybody else. Like
Right.
that's what I did. Like I'm ready to start playing now. So I'm
Right.
sitting at my desk bored, looking at everybody do their assignments. I done turned mine in. Like school just wasn't for me. I hated the fact that I had to get up and be taught a bunch of stuff that I knew I wasn't going to use later on in my life.
Right.
It made me upset to go to school because I'm just like, what am I going here for? Like I'm glad that I had that revelation at that age because I knew that I'd be all right regardless without school. So I didn't feel like I was gonna be stuck there and I got to go to school every day. Man, I stopped going to school. I dropped out in the ninth grade, because I was selling so much crack and making so much money. You know, I'll wake up and go to the bus stop like I was going to school, but I'll wave that bus off and be out there selling crack all day long. And as soon as the bus come back, I'll be sitting there counting my money, and then I'll go in the house like I've been to school. So I didn't even get my GED until like 98. Like I started doing comedy in 95. And, you know, I started in a mainstream environment, you know, so it was a bunch of college kids that would try and stand up, and they would have like these articulate, you know, educated conversations. I went to UVA and I have a degree in this, and you know, and I had to exclude myself from the conversation because I didn't know. Like I was a street dude.
Right.
So that's the only reason I got my GED, because I didn't want to feel like a dumbass around them. You know what I mean? Like, so
right.
I had to make sure that I had some kind of accomplishment, even if it wasn't a college degree.
Right.
And one of our viewers even said a lot of people, Stephanie said even a lot of people that are book smart have absolutely no common sense. I mean, none. She hit that on the head. They have none.
30 degrees.
And can't get around the block without the GPS.
Yep.
Don't
have no common sense. I guess it's a trade-off. You got the book smart, no common sense. The book smart, if you ain't doing into your book, then you got the common sense going.
If you got both of them, you dangerous. Woo,
you dangerous. I don't know. That's too much like right, but I don't know if they did
it. They'll put you in a Marvel movie if you got a college degree and common sense. You're a superhero.
Well, I think common sense. I think if you grew up in the inner city, I feel like common sense is a requirement for life to live. Because if you ain't got no common sense, you live in the inner city, you're gonna die quick. Yep. Are you gonna get robbed, or you gonna die? So common sense in the inner city come a lot faster. That might come at between 7 and 9. Yep. Your common sense go way up.
You gotta have your head on the swivel in the hood. That's for sure.
And being able to connect with everybody. That's one thing you got to learn early on. That you can't just, because don't get me wrong, I have a lot more fun when I'm on stage in front of my people. Yeah. When I'm in front of all black folks, man, I show my ass. I can do a lot of stuff that I can't do when it's a mixed audience or an all white crowd. But I learned early on that you have to be able to connect with everybody.
You do.
You know, that's essential. So
you do.
As much as I like doing, you know, black comedy, even though I hate to separate it because comedy is comedy, funny is funny. We all three know that.
Right,
But,
Yeah.
but there is a such thing. Like there is a such thing as black comedy. And trust me, we all enjoy it so much more. But I do enjoy seeing brilliance on the stage, even in any color.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's one thing I learned early on is that I'm not going to label myself as a black comic and be pigeonholed to just doing these urban nights that these clubs will give some of our greats that they won't give them weekends because of whatever. They'll give them a Wednesday night or something like that, or a Sunday night, and they're much greater comics than their counterparts. So I said early on that I want it all. Like I want all that money. I want all the white money, all the black money. So I learned early on that I just wanted to be funny.
Yeah, and I think you have to be well-rounded in that sense. You know what I mean? Especially if you call yourself a stand-up comic, you got to be to make them all laugh. Something you say got to get a laugh out of everybody.
Because it's a universal. It's a universal language.
It's a universal language. Yes, it is.
Now, don't get me wrong. Every joke ain't for everybody. Oh, but if your whole set don't connect with a whole audience, you ain't in the right business.
No, you put us in front of our people though. Ooh, man.
It's a vacation. That's a family reunion.
I'm from DC. Bo beat the DC Improv up so bad. My cousins got to calling me. They was like, you know Bo? I said, Bo who? Bo like I said, Bo Dacious. I said, absolutely. Oh Lord. I said, woo, you done beat the room down anytime people calling 3,000 miles to tell it.
You know how long it took me to get in that club? I was trying to get in that club when John X had it. And
oh my God, Bo.
I just started doing the DC Improv like 4 years ago. So I made sure, I said, man, I'm going to beat this club. Because that being in Virginia and DC and I'm 3 hours away, that used to hurt my feelings. I'm like, why am I not in with the DC scene? Because it's a scene. It's a scene. Even though, we have a stable of comics in Virginia, that I would put up against a lot of places. And there's no scenes like Chicago, DC, Atlanta. Like they got scenes. And I just wanted to be part of that. Like I'm just like, man, there's some beast up in DC. Like I wanted to affiliate myself, especially when I started feeling like a big fish in a little pond. When you get that feeling, you kind of just want to swim upstream and go somewhere else. So once I got into that DC, that improv, I was like, boy, I'm gonna beat this club to death. I was killing that club.
And Jay, don't get it wrong now, Jay. You haven't gotten
into the still haven't got. I sent out many emails now.
But you'll get there. You can't. When people got the goods in this business we in, you can't hold them down.
You can't hold them for so long.
You can't hold them but for so long. And when you a ripper, it doesn't matter. You gonna get in the club. We gonna all.
You're a flamethrower. You'll get in there.
I do like you, though, Bo. I go up in that joint and do all closers. They be like, man, when you gonna let them breathe? I'm not.
People used to have, and that's another sad thing about our business. It's so many of us that are great at what we do. And not just and nothing against online comics, because you got to get in this business and the best way you see fit, the best way you know how. But we're the people I'm looking at right now. We are comics. Like we owned our craft, and it's what 70 years, almost 65 years of experience right here.
Right here,
yeah, absolutely.
You can't skip the process to be a great comic. You got to put the time in. You gotta do this thing repetitively over and over and over again and build yourself an act and all that. And I hate to see that a lot of us can't get into clubs like that. The only reason I got into DC Improv because I was with DL.
Yeah.
So that was my way in. But that let me know that there is a way in. You just got to find it.
Just gotta find it. And like I said, every time I watch you guys, like if I have the opportunity, if I'm in town or you guys are there, anytime you in town, Dominique, I gotta come to a show.
Yeah, you always do.
Just come up and check out. Just be like, because I'm learning. Every time I'm watching, I'm learning. I'm like, it's something there. It's something extra. There's something I'm missing. There's something that she does different every time. You know what I mean? It's like those type of things you just pick up on. Same thing with you, Bo. I'm like,
Watching a
the same way he
master
started
work
last time. Yeah.
is something it's a sight to see.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's comedians when I know they're in town, I'm gonna go watch them because I know they are masters of their craft.
Absolutely.
You can't help but go watch them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna see something that I ain't never seen before, and or I'm gonna see a bit that they did last time that they done made into something else.
Yeah.
It's great to see a craft, somebody just take that snowball and roll it down the hill and it just get bigger and bigger. Like, man, you know, I've seen some of the best comics that ever graced the stage, and I'll go watch them. You know, when they come back, I'm going to watch them. Like, I don't hate on nobody. I want to see all us be great, especially if I know you love this as much as I do.
Right. Yeah. And it's amazing to me, like, when I go do a show or I meet a comedian that way, I'll meet a comedian in the back of the room, go, I'm friends with so-and-so. They told me to come check you out.
Right.
And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. And they say, yeah, they told me you do a joke about such and such. And I go, I didn't do that tonight. And they'll go, I'm gonna stay for the second show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, it's big for me. It's big for me because, like I said, you want your peers to accept you for what you do.
You do.
You want, and then people think it's important. The crowds are very important, but your respect from your peers is very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you do not want to be the comic where they be like, this dude,
this nigga right here. Like,
you do not want to be that comic when they be like, I know they gonna let this corny man. I know they gonna let him go. You don't want to be that comic. When they see you, you know, like a crackhead used to say in my old hood, when I come around, they got to bow down. You want to be on that list. You know what I'm saying? When you come around, you want to be like, now that one right there. You want to get up in that club. You don't want to be in the club like he nice, but he can't be on mine. I can't do that. I can't do that.
It's funny, man. Even with this whole pandemic, when this started happening, you start seeing all of our friends do these little live chats and things like that. You know what I mean? And everybody bringing their friends on and stuff like that. It's a whole lot of us that ain't getting invited to these things. Like, they found out they're the comedian that you was just talking about. They were like, why ain't nobody inviting me?
Nobody want to talk. Nobody want. A lot of people asked me to do the internet comedy. I was supposed to do it for Ali, but I just don't. I ain't good. I'm already having to deal with. I ain't been up in 600 months. Then I got to sit in front of the computer, and then I said, I'm gonna just let them see me stink bomb in person if that's what it's gonna be.
I'm gonna tell you why yours will work online, Dominique.
Please do, Jay.
Because all you're doing is telling a story. You don't get up there and you don't do the timing thing. You're not doing a punchline thing. All you do is get up there and tell the story. Just like you tell that story about y'all got it lined up for the whooping.
Yeah.
You telling that the way you tell it is a perfect joke for an online show.
Conversation.
It's all it is, a conversation. Yeah. All you're doing is you told a story about the book bag thing. That's what you would do on an online show. Yep. That's it.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to try. I know I was supposed to do Ali, and I ain't never get with him, but
Ali got the perfect platform.
He do.
He stopped doing it though. He said he stopped doing it.
He
was on my
podcast. Tired of it.
Well, he said too many people was copying what he was doing, and they was doing it wrong. And he was like, you know what? If you ain't gonna do it right, I'm not gonna do it. And I was like, I got you.
Nice.
Yeah, he moving on to something else though, man.
Bring it back one more night, special edition, and I'm gonna do it. Bring it back one more night.
I'm gonna tune in for that one too.
Yeah, bring it back one more night.
2 of them, man, and they just. I mean, the first one I killed it, but like the second one I was like, I really don't like it. If you're a true comic, you hate those,
right? Because you need that immediate feedback,
gratification
from your joke, and a lot of people that's listening and watching right now, our job or our profession is the only profession where you can walk outside after you finish your job and somebody can let you know exactly how you did right then.
Great job. You did a great job.
Right then and there. And if you stunk up the face, they're gonna walk right past your ass.
And speak to the other people on the show that killed it. I'm glad y'all came on here. You know, I'm every week I'm gonna have some funny people on here, you know, and we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of things. Get them y'all social media handles and everything so they know where they can find you. And if you happen to plan on doing a date or if you're doing anything else, podcast or anything else, let them all know that because you know.
Yeah, at comedian J Bliss. That's just the letter J, BLISS. On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is comedian J Bliss. I do the Bliss is Ignorant podcast that comes out every Tuesday on all the podcast platforms. I do a series called Comedians Shopping It Up on Wednesday on YouTube and Facebook, and on Sunday I do a series called HBCU Stories. Which is a group of people just getting together talking about their HBCU experiences. So y'all find me on social media and give me a follow and tell them that Dominique sent you.
Man,
yeah.
you busy.
All right.
Do you even need to go back on the road because you busy as hell?
I gotta stay busy. I'll go crazy.
I know, man.
Yeah. That's real talk.
Yeah.
Oh, my social media is Bo last name. Just those 3 words right there. Bo last name. If you look that up on Instagram or Facebook, you'll find me. And my Twitter, all of it. Twitter is where I go, let off all my steam. And I say a lot of things I probably shouldn't say, but it's entertaining nonetheless.
You funny on Twitter, bro.
Instagram too.
I'm thinking about, you know what? I'm thinking about writing a book, Tweets to Live By
right.
Bo last name, because my Twitter, my tweets are stupid.
You funny on Twitter, bro. I always every time I log on Twitter, I'm like, Bo, wild in the day.
Man, if I get in the mood, Jack, if I get in the mood, or if I got something to talk about. My Instagram is Bo last name. As far as stuff going on, I don't got a lot, but I'm stepping back out on faith this weekend. I'm gonna be in Raleigh at Good Nights.
Okay.
With DL this weekend.
You'll be all right, Bo.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
They only putting 110 in there out of 250, so I'm comfortable.
That's pretty good. That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Tell Brandy I said what up when y'all get there, man.
Yeah, Brandy, good people, man.
Yeah.
And we appreciate y'all tuning in. Please tune in each and every week. We just getting started and it's going great already. It's going to get better and better and better. And you're going to hear me say this after every show, I guess, until December. Please vote. Please exercise your right to vote.
Definitely.
We just need to vote. I think things need to change. We ain't going to get into all that. But I appreciate y'all for showing up and helping the sister out. I appreciate it. Jay Bliss and last name Bo. And I appreciate all of y'all for commenting and tuning in and watching. Continue to watch. Tell your friends to watch because we're going to laugh. We're going to talk some real stuff. And we might even cry. Who knows? Because we're very vulnerable people. We're the most sensitive on the planet. We'll light you up. But though you say something else, you're like, you know what?
Hey.
You got too personal. You got too personal.
That's why I'm so nice with my mouth because that's my coping mechanism. I'm going to slice you to pieces with my sword.
Oh, man.
So, on that note, I'm going to tell my guests goodbye. We out and we'll see you next Tuesday. Same place, same time. I appreciate y'all.
See you, Dom.
All right. See you, Jay. See you, Bo.
All right.